Hello everyone. So after completing the arithmetic microoperations, we are going to move towards some of the arithmetic circuits. So first of all, which circuit we are going to make, that is our binary adder. So in the case of binary adder, we are using a full adder, right? Full adder. So in full adder, we have three values. So first of all, we have A, then we have B, then we have a value C. Now this C is also known as Cn, and for both of them we have a value of output, that is sum and carry. So we have a truth table for it. So similarly 0 0 0 0 0 1, then 0 1 0 1, so 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 0 1. So this we have 1 1 0 1 1 1. So it is prepared in the same way as we do with the normal truth table. So first of all 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1, then double 0 double 1 double 0 double 1, and then 4 times 0 4 times 1. Then after this we are having a sum and a carry value. So the sum and carry value we need to select. So if A, B both are 0 and Cn is also 0, our sum will be 0 and carry will be 0. If both like A is 0, B is 0, C is 1. Our resultant will be 1. Means sum will be 1, carry will be 0. So similarly in the next case, when we are having 0 1, still sum will remain 1, carry will be 0. So next, if both are 1 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 0. So sum will be 0 and carry will be 1. Then in this case as well, 1 0. In this case 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is, sum is 0, carry is 1, again 0 and 1. Last case 1 plus 1 plus 1, sum is 1 and carry is 1. So this is a truth table for a full adder. So in the case of full adder, we always have a uh, output of 1 and carry as 1 if we are having all the three values A, B and C in as 1. So that is the only different thing which we are having. So let me just, I think there is some lag in the video, so I will just make sure that you get a good quality video. So just wait for a second. Okay, so now I think there is no lag. So after this, this was the truth table of a full adder. So after this, how to use this full adder in our binary adder. So we have, this is a 4-bit binary adder which we are working on. From one side we are having the value A, then value B, A, B, A, A, and B. The rest of the values are C values. That is C naught, which is given from, this is from the first carry. This will be forwarded to the next, 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 and here we will be having the carry out. So we will be having one line of output as well. So in this case, this is our value A naught, C naught, and B naught. this will be the full adder first. Then we will be having carry 1, A1, B1, then A2, B2, this is C2, A3, B3. Similarly, we will have S0, S1, S2, S3. So these all are the full adders. Full adder 4, full adder 3, full adder 2. Now, how they are going to work? Let us assume that we are having two values like 0, 1, 0, 1. This is the value of A. Then we have a value B, which is uh, 0, 1, 0, 0. So this is the value of B. Now, if we want to add this in a full adder, how it is going to work? Let me just replace the values here. This value will become A naught, and this will be the value of A3. Similarly, this value will be B0, this value will be B3. So let us do it. This is 1, again this is 1, 0, 0, these two values. Then A value is 1, B value is 0, and again this is 0, 0. Now we have to perform a sum according to the truth table which we have created. Now the initial value of C0 will be 0 in the case of addition, because we are not having any carry which is given to us from back. So we are not getting any carry value from the previous, you can say, output. So all these values are going to remain 0 when we are going to perform binary addition. By default, this value will be 0. Now in the case of addition, output will be 1 plus 1 plus 0. Answer is, if we look at the table, let me make it a little bit smaller at this place now. C, B, A, S, and K. 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. Only a place where we are going to get both the values 1 is this. In this case, sum will be 0, carry will be 1, sum will be 0, carry will be 1, sum is 1, carry is 0, sum is 0, carry is 1, then sum is 1, carry is 0, sum is 1, carry is 0, both the values are 0. So now according to this truth table, our full ladder will work. So if both the values are 1 and C0 is 0, so both the values are 1, C0 is 0, sum is 0, and carry is, this is this case. So carry is 1. So this value will become 1. Next is 0 plus 0 plus 1. Now if we check this value, 0 plus 0 plus 1, sum is 1 and carry is 0. So this value will become 0. Now next case is A is 1, B is 0, and C is 0. A is 1, B is 0, C is 0. So sum is 1 and carry is 0. So 0 will be forwarded here. Then in the last case, 0 plus 0 plus 0. So answer is sum is 0 and carry is 0. So now if we add the same values which we did earlier, like what was the question? Was A 0 1 0 plus 0 0 0 1. So 1 plus 1 is 0, then carry 1, which is here, then 1, then 0. Now if you check, you can neglect this value because this is a carry. Even if we calculate it, it is not going to make any difference. So the answer which we are getting, like a normal add which we do for binary, we are going to get the same output. So this is how your normal addition is implemented in the case of a circuit. So full adders are used to perform that addition where C0 is 0 by default because we are not having any input from the outside or from the previous stage we are not getting any carry. This value will remain 0 and this full ladder works according to this truth table and it will give you the answer as per your need. This is how we perform a binary addition. So this is a binary adder circuit. Now, the next thing which we are going to do is just convert this system or convert this particular circuit to perform both the tasks. Now, earlier it is only a binary adder. Now we need to convert this circuit to perform addition as well as subtraction. So, how we can do that? The same full adders will be used, but there will be a slight change on the B part. So we will discuss about that first. Then we will convert this circuit into a binary adder subtractor. If you remember, if I want to perform A minus B, so what I am going to perform? A plus B bar plus 1. So now we are having two requirements in this. First one is instead of performing the subtract, we are going to perform addition. Second is what we need earlier if we are having B, now we need B bar. It means we need to have a mechanism which will perform the complement of a value. Then after that, what we need next is a value 1. So we need to have a circuit in which we are going to add a value 1 in the circuit. So I need such kind of a setup in which I am going to get a value 1 added with the value of B dash. If I am giving it a value B, it should be adding a value 1 to it. So we will be using the same circuit. In this case, I will just show you the circuit. Now, this is the circuit which is going to perform the same task. If you can see, the full adder is going to remain same, which we were having in the first case of a binary adder. Full adder is same, its functioning will be same. The only difference which we are going to have is by using a that we are using a XOR gate in front of B. So I will just tell you why we are using this and how it is going to help us to achieve both the tasks in a single circuit. If you remember, what is a XOR gate's functioning? For XOR gate, if the inputs are same, our output is for a XOR gate, if we are going to give it a same values in the input, like A and B, if both are same, the output will be low. If both the inputs are different, then the output will be high. So same input, output will be low. If inputs are different, output will be high. So we also discussed that XOR is used to find out that whether the existing values, if we are comparing two values, whether those two values are same or not. If both the values are same, the output will be low. If both the values are different, the output will be high. So that is a XOR gate function. Now XOR gate is used in this circuit. Now why we are using it, we will just do it in this circuit. The rest of the concept is going to remain same. Here we are having C naught, C1, C2, C3. In this case, we are also having the same output lines as we were having in the last case. So S0, S1, S2 and S3 are going to remain same. Here we will be having a C4 value. Now, whenever we are going to perform any type of function, whether we are performing add or we are performing subtract, in the case of add, we directly have A plus B. Whereas if we want to perform A minus B, what we are going to do instead of performing A minus B, what we do A plus B bar plus 1. So from here you can see A remains like A only. A is A, but B is changed to B bar plus 1. So what does it signify? That the only change which is going to happen is with B. Nothing is going to change with A. A will remain as A, but B minus B will be changed to B dash plus 1. So you can simply directly connect the value of A with the full adder, because in this case as well we are not having any change in A. A will be joined directly. No. Next is the change in B. So what is the change? This is a value known as M. This will be holding a function that how your circuit is going to perform. If the value of M is equal to 0, I will just make a table for this. If the value of M is 0, it will work as a adder circuit. And if the value of M is 1, it will perform as a subtractor. This is the function. If M is 0, work as a adder. If M is 1, it will work as a subtractor. Now how it is going to work, we will discuss that as well. Now at this place we are having a XOR gate. So it's one input is connected with this. Let me just make the second one. Then this is the first connected value, that is with the value of M, and the second will be connected with the value of B. This is B naught, B1, B2 and B3. Now this is how they are connected. Now if both the values in this XOR gate will be same, the output will be 0. If the both the values are different, output will be 1. Now let us see how it is going to perform, how it is going to work. Now assume that M value is 0. Now let us assume that M value is 0. So for B, if this is connected with M, this value is 0. This value is B of B naught is 1. So let us just consider a case like 0 0 1 0, and this is the value of B, and for A we are having 0 1 0. This is the value for A, this is the value for B. So we are just considering one case which is at this place. So I'm just telling you an example how it is going to work out. So this is 0, this is 1. So this was a fixed value of M. So if 0 or 1 and there is an XOR gate, what is going to happen? Are they same? No. So the output will be high. Okay. Now output in this case is high. If this is 0, the output will be 0. If this value is 1, output is 1. So simply our output is going to depend on this value only. Whatsoever input we give, same output we are going to get. So what happens in this case is the B value remains B only. B value is B. Means if we give 0 at B, output is 0. So that is why when M is equal to 0, this circuit is going to work as a adder, because in adder we need A plus B only. So if we enter a value B at this place, that B will be forwarded to this place. So that is why it is A plus B. Now, if this value of M is now 1, so just consider this case. This is a value which is 1, which is from M. So at this place, M value is 1. And in the case of B, if the value of B is 0, what will be the output? Both the values are different, output will be high. Okay, let us consider the second case. I will not rub it so that you understand it. This value is 1. Instead of giving the value of B as 0, now we are giving the value of B as 1. So 1 plus 1, both the values are same, output will be 0. So if you see it properly, if I give a value of input as 0, I am getting the output of 1. If I am giving the value of input as 1, I am getting the output of 0. So what is happening? If I am entering B, B is becoming B dash, which is complement of B. So if I am giving 0 input of B, I am getting 1 output. If I am giving 1 input, I am getting 0 output. So it is simply B is becoming B bar, or B is becoming your B's complement. So that is how we are going to do, or how M is going to control it. Why? Because if M is equal to 1, then it will perform this operation A plus B dash plus 1. Now this task is achieved by using this XOR gate. XOR gate will perform B dash. If we enter a value B, it will perform the dash of it. And then after that we have to add the value 1. So that 1 will be added if this M is equal to 1. So that 1 will be added from this side. So 1 is added, this 1 is added, and then all the rest of the function will work. So now I will just use this same example which we have made at this place. I will just replace the values here to make you understand that how this circuit is going to work in the actual scenario. So our value is 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Now this will be the value of A naught. This is the value of A3, B naught, B3. This is B naught, B1, B2, B3. So let us start from this value 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. This is just these four values A naught, A1, A2, and A3. Then for these values B naught, B1, B2, B3. So we are going to write these values here 0, 1, 0, 0. Now let us make the value of M is equal to 0 in the first case. So this is a full adder. If the value of M is 0, it should work as a adder. Now this should be the output. Now see, in this XOR gate, what inputs we are going to give? We are giving two inputs. In the first case, this M is 0 from this place, so 0. The other value from B is 0. Now what will be the output? 0, because both the values are same, our output will be low. So from here we can check that here I am going to get a value 0. So then 0 or 1, both the values are different, so output will be 1 for XOR gate. 0, and from here we will get a 0. Both the values are same, output will be 0. So in this case, M is 0, input is 0, both the values are same, output will be 0. Now add these three functions. So this M is also going to this value, so this is also going to remain 0. So 0 plus 0 plus 0, output is 0. Carry 0. 0 plus 1 plus 0, sum is 1, carry is 0. 0 plus 1 plus 0, sum is 1, carry is 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0, 0 plus 0 plus 0, output is 0, carry 0. So now just simply, if you want to check, you can simply add these two values, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Output is 0, 1, 1, 0. Output is 0, 1, 1, 0. So this is how our circuit was working as a full adder. Sorry, as a adder circuit. Now, if we want to make it work as a subtractor, so then only what we need to do is we need to make this value of M is equal to 1. So there are certain changes which will happen in the entire circuit. So I will just show you those changes. Inputs are going to remain same. Now let us do the changes. Now if M is 1, so inside this XOR gate, we are getting the value of M is equal to 1. There will be another value from this input. So if I give 0, 0 and 1, so our input is different. So output will be 1, which is nothing. It is the complement of the input value. This is the input value. This is the value of M. So 0 is becoming 1, which means it is complementing the value. So we are going to write the same thing here. So whenever the value of M will become 1, this will start complementing this value. So this value was 0, it will become 1. This value was 1, it will become 0. This value was 0, it will become 1. This value was 0, it will become 1. And this M is also connected with the Cn or C0. So this value is 1. Now perform the add operation, because it is A plus B dash plus 1. So plus 1 is from this place, B dash is performed by the XOR gate, and then we have to perform the add operation by using the full adder. So now 1 plus 0 plus 1, sum is 0, carry is 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1, sum is 1, carry is 0. 0 plus 1 plus 1, sum is 0, carry is 1. So 1 plus 1, 0, carry is 1. Okay, so this is a carry. In the case of subtraction, we don't have a carry, so we can neglect this value. In the case of a carry, we don't consider this value. Okay, so now if we do a normal subtraction, this value is 1, 2, 4, 8. This is 4, this is 2, this value is 2. So 4 minus 2 is 2, so which will be 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, so now 0, 0, 1, 0 is the answer. This one we can neglect because this is a carry, and in subtraction we don't use a carry. We use borrow, we don't use carry. And sometimes we get a negative answer. So if this value, upper value is lower, is having a less magnitude, and second value is having a higher magnitude, then there might be a use of this, because we use a borrow function in that. So just remember one thing, in this circuit, if M value is 0, it will work as a adder. If this value is 1, this will work as a subtractor. So the total name of this circuit is binary adder subtractor circuit. Binary adder subtractor circuit. These two are pretty simple circuits. So after this, the next type of circuit which we are going to make, that is a arithmetic circuit. Now that single arithmetic circuit will perform addition, it will perform subtraction, it will perform add with carry, it will perform subtract with borrow, it will perform increment, it will perform decrement. So there are total 7 operations which it performs. So we will do that circuit in the next class. Thank you so much.